Hello everyone, Silent here and welcome back to another Bedrock Edition video. Today we will be taking a little bit of a world tour of the Whispercraft Season 2 world. Whispercraft, if you're not aware, is our public Bedrock Edition vanilla fan server that we host for the community around this channel. And Season 2 has been going for just over a year. Season 3 it just started, so I'm going to do a little bit of a world tour, check out some of the amazing builds on this server from our community members, and also provide you guys with a world download as well. So everything that you're going to see in this world tour was built in pure vanilla survival, no creative, no cheats, no hacks, and no anything like that. The Whispercraft members are extremely dedicated, very nice, and overall just amazing people. Before we get started, of course, a massive thank you to everyone who participated in Season 2 of Whispercraft. At the height of the season, we had over 160 members on the whitelist, which is quite a few people. So thank you all so much. Whispercraft Season 2 was an amazing time. I'm glad that you all enjoyed the season as much as you did, and hopefully you all enjoy Season 3 as well. If you would like to join Season 3 or join Whispercraft in general, then you can check out the announcement video I just made for Season 3. I haven't seen a ton of the stuff from this season of Whispercraft, so if I missed something massive and amazing and important in this world tour, don't mind me. I'm just a derp and I have no idea what I'm doing. Also, I'm going to mention right here at the top of the video that there will be a download for this world down in the description of the video. It is trimmed to be the smallest size possible. The end dimension, the overworld, and the nether have all been trimmed to make the download file the smallest that it can be. So if you want to download this world, play on it, explore, build some things, or just blow it all up with TNT, then you can do that. Download link is in the description of the video. Oh yeah, so we also have a mob despawn system on Season 2 as well, and the final count for the despawn counter is 1,609,100 mobs despawned over the course of a 1-year season. That is an incredible amount of mobs. We really need to get like mob despawning just added to Bedrock Edition as a feature. That would be amazing, because that is so many mobs that would be just sitting around the world, taking up the RAM and the CPU, had we not despawned them. So we're going to start off this tour taking a look at World Spawn, which is a large mushroom island divided into 2 separate districts. As you can see, the right side of the island is the actual World Spawn. That was built pre-launch, and then the left side is the Whispercraft shopping district, which as you can see is a little bit full and kind of chaotic, but honestly it looks really awesome. So let's go ahead and start taking a look over here at the World Spawn. We have ourselves a little hotel for the starter islands, just kind of like a modern little hotel, looking pretty good. We have the post office over here for all of the mail rooms and just delivering mail to different players. This is the actual community hall where you will first spawn in, and then this is where we have all of the information on Whispercraft as well. Different roles, rule books, food, beds, all of that good stuff that you'll need when you first join the world. As you can see, we also got a world map of the spawn island, so you can really see how packed in there the shopping district is. At the center of the spawn part of the island, we have the gate to hell, which is of course, you know, the actual nether portal which goes to the Nether Hub. We'll go check that out in a minute. We got a lot of other stuff to look at first. If we head along this path, you'll see that we have 2 main things over here. One is the sign wall, and this is a little bit of a tradition that we have on Whispercraft. Every single member is welcome to place a sign on the wall. As you can see, there is many signs. They even go all the way up to build limit because these people are crazy and cannot be trusted. I have a sign on here somewhere. Yeah, here I am. So yeah, as you can see, each one of these represents one member that played on Whispercraft. And yeah, they go all the way up to the very top. I'm not going to go up there, but it's a fun little place to be. We also, of course, have the villager statue of liberty. This is a monument to all the many hundreds of villagers that died when updating to the village and pillage update. So many trading halls and many hundreds of villagers got wiped out from that update. So we have a little monument to pay respects. Here at spawn, we also have a little skeleton grinder for early game experience. And of course, the main reason I'm mentioning the spawn skeleton grinder is to further shame those on on the Hall of Skeleton Grinder Infamy. As you can see, these are all the people that completely broke the server by AFKing for far too long and lagging out the entire thing. So yeah, you're all shame. For shame! The final thing to show you at spawn is the spawn lighthouse and also this wall of shulker boxes, which I don't know where it came from. It's just here. And that's just something that happens on public servers. Anyway, this is actually the Hall of Patrons. These are all the beautiful people that made Whispercraft Season 2 possible at the start of the season. And this is also where we store the dragon egg as well. As you can see, we got some beautiful people in here. Thank you to all of our patrons for making this server a possibility. Poor execution of words aside, this room is actually quite beautiful when it rains because it actually snows in here. For no real apparent reason, but it does look really, really cool. So heading over to the shopping district, we officially have like 1,001 builds in every cubic meter of the shopping district. I'm not entirely sure what to show here. We'll probably check out the mall, and then a couple other things as well. But there are just so many different amazing builds, skyscrapers, underground builds, cute little shacks, things that are clearly very abandoned, and overall just like a lot of really nice builds. There's just so many to look at, so we're just going to run around real quick and just check out what there is. I guess there's also technically a third district, and this was made by the members of Whispercraft. This is the Whispercraft waterfront, where we have the Apple store, because, you know, gotta have an Apple store on the waterfront. There's also a nice little yacht and some, like, a black pearl. There's the polar bear statue. Just a lot of cool stuff in general. Oh, there's so much stuff to look at. You really do need to download the world and just spend like a couple days looking at everything, because this stuff cannot fit into one video. It simply does not work. This is by far the cutest thing on the spawn island, and that is the Whispercraft Waterfront National Park Silent Whisperer Living Memorial. It's just so cute. Look at him. It's just so cute. It's even double-sided as well. We totally took this little statue and put it on season 3 as well. It's so cute and adorable. I want to build this in every world of mine. It's just like, you can't get cuter than that. Look at his little sword. Anyway, so yeah, as you can see, there's just so many builds around here, literally so many shops. Every single member of Whispercraft is allowed to have 2 shops, and some of them really exploited that and built a giant skyscraper out of it. But hey, you know, that's what happens. Moving on to the Whispercraft Mall, this is actually a fairly sizable underground build that we made for additional shops that we needed, because as you can see, the surface is pretty well filled up. Of course, we have another Apple store down here, and in general, it actually looks pretty good. You know, just ignoring the dye, right? But of course, there's many, many more shops down here, and there is a lot more underground stuff around the shopping district. If you do download the world, make sure to really explore, because there's just so much stuff. It's really like packed in here. You can't walk 10 feet without running into something amazing. You can't go through the shopping district without mentioning Whisper Tower. This is a multi-level shop with a whole bunch of different spaces available to rent, and was of course the first skyscraper in the shopping district. As you can see, it goes up maybe further than it should just to be the tallest one. Anyway, there's also a whole bunch of different elytra challenges up here. No rocket elytra challenges. If you download the world, make sure to try these out. I also put a few challenges up here as well, and if you can achieve this challenge right here, the Smidrix challenge, then please let me know how you did that, because nobody can do the Smidrix challenge. You gotta fly through the legs of the polar bear and down through some stairs. It's actually impossible. So now that we've seen some of the main parts of the spawn island, it is time to branch out into other areas of the world. I increased my FOV to 110 just so that we can see the most things possible, and we're gonna crank it up to 80 chunk render distance. That loaded in extremely... What is that even trying to do? Okay, it's just, don't mind Bedrock, it's just being weird. Anyway, let's let all these chunks load in, and we'll see a ton of different amazing builds around the Whispercraft Season 2 world. And there we go. Everything has loaded in with 80 chunk render distance, and we can see quite a few things. There's at least like 5 or 6 guardian farms, and also a ton of nether portals just kind of floating over the ocean, just all kind of precariously. Over here, we get an actual bit of landmass, and as you can see, there is many builds over there. So many. We'll go ahead and check out as many of those as we can later. A few different mob farms, another guardian farm, and some more land masses over in this direction with even more bases. And now we need to just kind of fly around and see what we can find. So the first base that we're going to check out is from Glosk, and as you can see, this is a pretty amazing sprawling medieval-ish base. I'm not entirely sure like what to call the theme of it, but it's amazing in general. And there's this giant centerpiece of the base that we're definitely going to check out in more detail in a second. But just to give you an overview of how big and sprawling this place is, as you can see, there are dozens and dozens of different builds around the area. All of it is very much terraformed. All of it's got just tons of detail everywhere. It seriously is looking very nice indeed. So I just found this little sign wall left by Glosk, and it turns out that this is a Torsken Viking inspired base, and it was actually built by him and Jinzu as well, which is pretty cool. You can read the rest of that if you like, but overall it's still an amazing base even though it is not completely done. As you can see, there's plans for many more houses and things over there, but it is time that we go ahead and take a look at this main centerpiece of this base, and it's just honestly amazing. I love giant builds like this. I'm flying, but I shouldn't be. It looks really cool. So around the edges of this, we have members of the server. As you can see, this goes all the way around. There I am. And we got a whole bunch of different nameplates for a ton of the different Whispercraft Season 3 members. So jumping down the center here, we have the main ring of this base. And this is mostly for storage and brewing from the looks of things. And honestly, it just looks so good. I love everything about this. I wish I could build in a style or just anything like this. It seriously looks amazing. Going further down, you can see that we have a whole bunch more decorational based things, a few slime guys hanging out, and from the looks of things, all of this going down is pure decorational, but it still looks amazing in every way, and I just love everything about this base. Like seriously, I wish I could build things like this in my worlds. I just have like no skill when it comes to this kind of thing. Next up, we have the Red Empire base area. I didn't even know this place existed, but it's right across the way from Glosk's base, and it honestly looks really awesome. I think this has a really interesting color palette with the purple and the orange. That's not something you see together too often, and it's also got this nice Asian kind of theme going to it. I forget the proper terminology, but it's basically just cool, and I've looked around here a fair bit, and honestly, it's just a whole lot of nice decoration in general. Cool little floating island, nice palace on the hill up there, and a few other smaller buildings dotted around the area. This is another base that caught my eye as I was flying around the world, and this is Janelli's base, which is pretty cool looking. It's kind of a weird abstract kind of deal going on. It's very purpley. I'm not exactly sure how to describe it, but it's an interesting thing to find as you're flying around the map. There's tons of different little builds all around the area, all kind of just put into one thing, and it kind of works actually. This ultra detailed bit of terraforming right here. I feel like this is from Grumbly. That looks like a Grumbly build right there. And then, of course, we also have a summoning circle, because gotta have one of those in every base. What, you don't think that's normal? Oh, well, then you're the not normal person here. Come on, that is clearly a normal thing to have. I don't know if this is one of those chunk corruption things, or if this is legitimately just from, like, world generation, but it's a weird thing to find regardless. Ooh, I got a different kind of broken textures this time when flying around the world. Look at the buttons. They have, like, the moon texture. It's really weird. Everything is very broken this time. Strange! I've gotten this bug like 6 or 7 times just trying to explore Whispercraft. It's a very large world, and I'm on 80 chunk render distance, so of course the things are gonna be broken. I've found some modern art in the Whispercraft Season 2 world just by flying around, and this is some really interesting stuff. I didn't know shapes like this were possible in the game, and now it's bending my mind. I'm not sure if I like it, but I do very, very much like it. and honestly, it's quite fascinating. And here we have Optimus Prime's giant submarine. This is possibly the biggest build on the entire server. As you can see, it is hundreds of blocks long, and this again was made in pure vanilla survival. It took them pretty much the entire season to put this submarine together, and of course it is a fully detailed submarine as well. It has the entire interior completely furnished and built just like a proper submarine. As you can see, it is actually amazing. So of course you enter this beast through the top as you do normal submarines. I think I don't know how submarines work, but either way, it's amazing. We got to go down these spiral stairs real quick, and then we'll see a little bit of information about this sub. So here you can see an entire map of it, and as you can see, it is hundreds of blocks long. It just goes on for ages and ages, and then there's also a list of people that helped make this thing a possibility as well. As you can see, it required all of the concrete in the world because it's pretty much entirely made out of concrete. We got the control room. This is looking pretty awesome. I haven't seen this room before. And then if we go ahead and look in the other direction, you can see that this thing is truly fully decorated. Like, it just keeps going and going and going, and it's just like awesome to see. This took an extremely long time to put together, and Opti did an amazing job. I don't know who owns this base, however, I find it very nice actually. It kind of resembles the world spawn of Whispercraft Season 3. It's got a cool little modern house, and I don't know, something about it just strikes me as nice. It's got a good layout, it's large, it's got that kind of arch thing. Obviously it's not finished, but it still looks pretty cool. I think I found the best thing on Whispercraft Season 3, and that is Frogthunk. Yes, we found Frogthunk. Look at that, he's amazing, he's so cute. He's not quite done yet, but look at him, he's such a cute little Frogthunk. Here's the actual emote on screen for you guys to see what it normally looks like. Oh, he's so cute. He's so cute and tidy. I love him. So this base actually caught my eye from World Spawn, which is like 1,000 blocks away over yonder. And this is from Mr. Valvano. Quite the cute little medieval base. Not fully completed yet, but it looks pretty nice, I will say. Just like a cute, nice little like town that you can live in and just hang out in. There's a bunch of little farms and various buildings around here, and I like it. This is something that I'm probably capable of building. Like, this is right around my level of expertise, and it's just nice. I like it in general. It's cute and cozy. Cute and cozy. I finally found Seb in Cerritos Island. This is like a nice little tropical resort kind of modern thing. Super rich, super fancy, very detailed, and it's looking very good indeed. There's a spider hanging out here. He's having a good time, and everything about this place is super nice. And honestly, I just like everything about it. I know I'm repeating myself here. I sound like a broken record, but it just is all very nice stuff. And yes, they have a massive diamond sign out there. I'm assuming that that's all legit diamonds. Otherwise, there's gonna be some issues. But yeah, oh, look at that. It's a cute little bird cage even. Oh, it's Kiwi. Oh, that's cute. That's actually a really good idea for a bird cage. Very nice indeed. Yeah, look at this. We got like beacons down here for the lights. We got a cute little yacht. There's some jet skis. And overall, the entire island is fully detailed, fully decked out with all kinds of rich, luxurious things. So not only did Seb and Sarita make an entire island, they made an entire map art, which is really cool. Let's go ahead and grab a map of this real quick. And as you can see, it's like fully detailed. It looks really awesome. Like, that is a super detailed map, and it looks really good too. Even like the colors work very well. It's all super good. I love it. Seriously, awesome map art. So this might not look like much, but there's actually kind of a lot going on here, and this is Goofy's base, or Adam as he is otherwise known. So we got a rocket, a nice little mountain, we got 4 helicopters transporting this floating barn thing. I don't want to know what's going on over here. I have so many questions. And yeah, it's just weird in general, okay? But that's what makes it great. We also got a UFO up here, and this thing is abducting a skeleton horse, which is upside down and just hanging here. It's great. Like, it all just made me laugh, and that's why I'm showing it to you, because it's funny. Is there a way in here? Of course there is. Great. Oh, and Levi was here as well. Fair enough, fair enough. What even is this? I don't know. And then we go up further, and then there's this giant, oh, it's a mob farm. Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, it's a giant sphere hiding a mob farm. That makes a lot of sense, actually. And then they die on the UFO. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty legit. Okay, I like that. Very nice, Goofy. Oh, and by the way, he also made a map art for this as well. He's a goofy goober. This is one of the smaller bases, but equally as cool as some of the bigger ones. And this is from a Puffy Vessel, more of like a diamond-shaped floaty base. I don't know, I just like it, okay? Can you judge me? Yes, you can, but you're not allowed to. And then there's also a whole bunch of stuff going on down here on the ground. I don't understand or know what's going on with any of this, but I like that thing. Now, I'm a really big fan of this base from Swordmaster. This is a very circular, but also very, like, angular base, and it kind of looks like alien, doesn't it? It's just cool. It's very, like, monotone, yet very detailed as well. It's got some nice greenery. It's just got a lot going on, and I really like this style, actually. I didn't even know that this was a style that existed in the world, but I'm a pretty big fan of this. So if we go down in the center area here, you can see that it's got a lot more open area to it. And then there's also like a bunch of storage, and I assume that it goes down further than what we can see here. It looks like the beacon's pretty far down, but yeah, this is a cool base. This is cool indeed. Can we hop down and look at the map? Ooh, that is pretty fancy actually. Very nice, Swordmaster. This is looking great. I finally found it. I've been looking for this base for quite a while now. Things are very hard to find on this world, even with 80 chunk render distance. But this is a beautiful island from Yendi, and it's just really gorgeous. I love this mountain with like the castle structure on top of it. Pink roof is a really nice touch, I find. It actually makes it stands out a lot more, and in general this is just looking really good. So we also have some pretty awesome ships over here as well. There's some really good terraforming for a path going up to the castle on top of the mountain, and all of this was built by hand, of course. Like, this island did not have a mountain on it. It's just like one of these little sandy islands that you normally have around the world, like that one over there. And he turned it into a beautiful castle and shipyard with a little town around the edges. Really nice project. And now it's time to check out the massive community Nether Hub that we had on the season 2 of Whispercraft. This was a massive community project put together by a ton of different members of the server, and as you can see, it is a fairly massive hub. We have a double layer hub with 5 personal tunnels on each side for like 40 different personal tunnels, and then we have 8 of these massive gargantuan diagonal tunnels which go off in every direction from the hub. Overall, there are many portals and many tunnels going off to basically every destination on the Whispercraft server. What is this over here? Just a giant pile of soul sand and wither skulls. Oh geez. You know what to do. Have fun, Mr. World Downloader. Okay. Yeah, I guess if you download the world, you know what to do. Don't fail us now. You have to do it. Come on. That's part of the contract of downloading the world. You gotta put the pieces together in the Nether Hub. Oh geez. Why are there unloaded chunks in a single player world running on a super beastie computer? Come on now. This is seriously like the 3rd biggest issue that I've had trying to explore this world. There's been world corruption, the Nether took like 20 different tries to load, and now the Nether isn't even loading. This world has issues. Bedrock is not made for large-scale multiplayer. Yet again, a perfect demonstration of why my neck is broken. Okay then, we'll just move on. Next up, we have a base from CID Soldier Country and Minus, who all work together to put together this sprawling base with a whole bunch of different builds, and I'm pretty sure there's a massive underground build around here somewhere as well. And this right here is Witch Mountain, where all of the bad villagers from the trading hall get put into a giant cauldron and then struck with lightning to become witches. It's all very cool. And I really love the idea of just throwing them into a cauldron. Best witch farm in the game right there, pretty much. But yeah, as you can see, there's a ton of different builds around here. I'm not exactly sure who built what or what belongs to who, but it's all pretty cool stuff. Not to mention there's kind of a war going on. We have the skeleton island, we have the battlefield where the zombies and skeletons fighting each other, and then we also have more zombie reinforcements over here and more zombie reinforcements up here. Jeez. There's tanks, there's all kinds of stuff happening. Jeez, I love this battlefield. This is great. I was told to check out this base from PMonster, but I really didn't know what to expect. And this is quite grand and very impressive, actually. And like, I would never find this just by flying around, because there's literally just a hole in the ground up here that opens up into this giant cavern with these beautiful, like, things everywhere. Look at that. Yeah, I would never find this. I was literally over here earlier and I didn't see that. Jeez. I guess that probably also belongs to PMonster as well. But this is really cool. Really, really cool indeed. I just came through this nether portal. Total shocker to see something this massive and like have never even heard about it before. No wonder people wanted me to check this out. This is beautiful. And -2 points for using diorite though. I had to say it. And next up we have quite the hub of bases, and the first one that we're going to take a look at is jeebies. A nice little like castle and medieval town surrounding it as well. Everything here is actually very detailed. There's even a couple mountain facades over there, which I really like. And overall, this area is just quite nice to walk through, enjoy, and hang out. And then we also got this cool dead tree over here with an awesome nether portal underneath it. Everything is looking very good over here. And go that way for a secret. Ooh, you guys have to check that out on the world download. And then we got some cool banners as well. And this goes in to the throne, which he's nice enough to share with his cat, Rocky. So yeah, pretty cool area. And then, oh, we also got a cute little fox down here. He's super cute. But yeah, there's actually a ton of different builds and bases in this area. We got a guardian farm over there, another base over there, another base, another farm, another whole bunch of things, a giant furnace, another mob farm, another guardian farm, and another map art, and a cake. There's literally like so many things in this area. And here is the ice map, which is one of the groups of season 2. Due to that world storage issue bug, I've actually had to turn down the render distance even further. So now it's a little bit more difficult to find bases, but I'm going to see if I can find a couple more throughout the world. And then I think that that's about all that we got time for in this video. The end hub is also a pretty beautiful room as well. And this was a giant group collaboration between a bunch of different people. We had a build competition for this, and then a whole bunch of other people on the server helped finish building it as well. Honestly, it looks really good. I like all the black and green and just good color combinations. Although, again, -2 points for using diorite. Come on, guys, what have we said about diorite? You know better than that. Jeez. I need to set up like commands to clear it from people's inventory, because clearly they cannot be trusted with this stuff. But yeah, we got a little bit of a storage room over here. There's a couple other rooms that go off in other directions for sleeping and brewing and all the good stuff that you need. Just to cover our bases, we may as well check out the end dimension as well. There's nothing too particularly special here. However, we do have a ring going around connecting all of the in-city gateways together, and the center of the island also had a lot of work done to it to make the dragon fights a little bit nicer. But the thing about public servers is the end always gets completely trashed. You see, I can't really explore any of the world because I just get this every like 5 minutes. It's really annoying. So as I was saying, with a public server, the end dimension usually gets kind of trashed, and honestly, in general, no one really cares that much about the end dimension. There's usually always these super random pillars going up to all of the in-city gateways. Like, even on truly Bedrock, no one cares about the end. Like, it's just, who cares, right? So yeah, it's kind of messy, but it's still kind of cool. Some effort was definitely put in. And with that, we are going to conclude this world tour. I would like to take a look at some other things, because I know that there's a lot more stuff in this world to see. Just like in general, there's many, many, many amazing things. However, the bugs in Bedrock Edition do not want me exploring this world. So if you want to see everything, download the world. A link is in the description. You can go ahead, poke around, blow everything up, build some stuff, finish finish some projects, do whatever you want to do. And in general, if you're playing on this world or if you're going to make videos on it or anything, just mention that it is Whispercraft, and of course mention my channel as well, since this is our community world. Thank you again to all of the members of Whispercraft Season 2 for making this world and making this season of Whispercraft absolutely amazing. So many good times and good memories were had on this server, and I cannot thank our members enough. And also thank you very much for watching this video. I do hope that you have enjoyed. Again, world download is in the description, and if you would like to join Season 3, you can check out the announcement video for that and the iCards right now. If you did enjoy this video, of course, make sure to leave a like, as it helps out the video and the channel significantly. And also, if you are new here and you want to see more videos on the channel in the future, then of course make sure to subscribe, join the silence, and I will see you all down in the comment section and in the next one. Thank you ever so much for watching this world tour. And then there was silence.